The Root of Nightmares raid has just released, and with it comes a whole new suite of weapons for us to chase. Are they any good? Find out in this video. Hi everyone, my name is Skyknight, and welcome to BlueberriesGG. We're just gonna dive straight into our breakdowns of these weapons, starting with the linear fusion rifle, Briars Contempt. This linear fusion rifle is solar and fires a 3-round burst, as it's a part of the aggressive frame. The aggressive frame is also shared like previous amazing weapons like Storm Chaser and Fire and Forget. However, with the nerf that linear fusion rifles saw, Briars Contempt might not be able to compete as easily. Compare this to Cataclysmic with Bait and Switch, there's no real reason to go for the Briars Contempt. Next up is Cortexs Distress, a strand heavy rapid fire grenade launcher. Immediately, you should be able to write this one off as something you do not need to get. The only grenade launchers that are really good right now are ones that come with auto-loading and explosive light. And the two grenade launchers that can do that are Wendigo and the Regnant, however you pronounce it, that grenade launcher, the Void one, from Season of Defiance, and that can be crafted. So there is no reason to even go for this grenade launcher. It is not good, it's not a part of the good archetype. Yeah, ignore Cortexs Distress. Next up, we have Acacias Dejection, which is probably the weapon that I'm maybe most excited for, and that kinda says a lot, because Acacias isn't really good either. It comes with Reconstruction or Envious Assassin in the first perk column. None of them are really that good. The second column is where it picks up though. Frenzy's decent, Target Lock, which is really interesting, which would be pretty good in a Trace Rifle, is there, and more importantly, Incandescent is there. Next up, we have the Nasus Ablation shotgun. This shotgun actually seems quite interesting. It's a slug shotgun and comes with some decent perks. Being in the energy slot, its main competition will be first in, last out, which can come with auto-loading holster and vorpal weapon. Nasus Ablation sadly can't come with auto-loading, but on its own, in a vacuum, it will be better than first in, last out, due to it having Reconstruction, 4 times the charm, and Focus Fury. Next up, we have the Macaureth Strand sidearm. This is a full auto rapid fire frame, so it's like punching out the Vanguard sidearm, or some of the Suros ones from Black Armory. It's similar to them. It functions and feels pretty much the exact same. I'm not exactly a sidearm aficionado, so maybe people are gonna find something that I'm missing, but I don't think there's much of a reason to go for this sidearm. I tried to use it in PvP, it feels horrible. The best perks are probably Frenzy or Hatchling, and mine even had Frenzy, and you'll see in the footage, even in Defiant seasonal content, it's not doing that much. Moving on to probably what people are most excited for, is the Rufus's Fury Strand Auto Rifle. And there is one perk combination that makes people excited for this gun, and that is Demolitionist and Hatchling. This perk combo is very, very rare. It doesn't really come on many weapons. If any, this could be the only weapon in the game that this perk combination can come on right now. The reason why people are actually excited is because Hatchling, which is a new perk with this season, summons a Threadling when you get precision kills or multi-kills. And Demolitionist, well, you know what Demolitionist is, it's a very solid perk. So you can just spam Threadlings, it seems quite interesting. But it does have some other solid options: Frenzy, Adrenaline Junkie, Target Lock. It's a pretty solid auto rifle, it's Chroma Rush's competition. But saying this, Chroma Rush probably still outclasses it, and there's one reason for this. Rufus's Fury is Strand. They do 10% less damage, because they do not get the kinetic damage buff, making non-elemental weapons, like Chroma Rush, do 10% more damage at base than options like the Rufus's Fury, which is quite a shame, but people will still want to go for this auto rifle. Finally, we have the last weapon, which is the Conditional Finality. It is the raid exotic that comes with Root of Nightmares. This shotgun sits in the kinetic slot and is stasis/solar. Its perk splits it into dual barrels, 1 barrel firing stasis, 1 barrel firing solar. The shotgun has 2 bullets in the mag, and landing all but 1 pellet in the first shot will freeze a target, and landing all but 1 pellet in the second shot will ignite the target. It's pretty gimmicky, it sounds pretty interesting. I don't really see it being used too much. It doesn't really have too much range, so it won't be used in PvP, because If you're hitting all those pellets, you've probably killed them anyway, so you don't really need to freeze or ignite them. It seems like a fun exotic, but I don't see it really being used an awful lot. That about wraps up our breakdown of the Root of Nightmares loot. Sadly, not much is really good from this raid. It seems pretty disappointing compared to the last few entries like Vow of the Disciple, because Vow came with some amazing weapons. Cataclysmic, Forbearance, and Submission are just to name a few. But there are only really a couple weapons that you're going to really want from this raid, and even then, they're not must-have in the slightest. You do not need to chase anything from this raid if you do not already want it. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great day.